Hello again, everybody. Back live with you using Out of the Park Baseball 20 as we always do. This is Series 108. Another good series for you, as they all have been. Hopefully, you're enjoying our presentation of these matchups. And if you want to give us some feedback, please feel free to. Again, I'm not a professional announcer, but hopefully, you enjoy the descriptions and the passions of these series that I present for you. And this one should be no different. We got some good baseball teams for us. We'll introduce here first the 2001 Atlanta Braves. If you guys followed Braves baseball in the 90s and the early 2000s, it was a lot of winning, a lot of dominance by Bobby Cox, and this team also very good. They actually came in first place in the NL East, and they beat the Astros in the NLDS and then ran into Schilling and Randy Johnson in the NLCS and lost 4-1. Some issues always for the Braves in the postseason. Weren't the greatest postseason team, but still found a way to get there every year. And looking at their lineup, Chipper Jones, just an outstanding year in 2001. He hit .330. His OPS of over 1.032. Just one of Jones's best years. He was really, really impressive this year. 38 homers, 102 RBIs. Andruw Jones, with his Gold Glove, also brought the bat in 2001, 34 long ones, 104 RBIs. Brian Jordan hit 25 home runs. Javi Lopez showing power when his team needed it, 117 hits from him. And Rafael Furcal, 23 years old, played in only 79 games, but stole 22 bases. He coming into his own as the Braves shortstop, so we might see some of him. Marcus Giles there on the bench. And pretty good overall lineup for the Braves, and even more so, some very good defense by this team, which helped out with their pitching. So pitching, again, the mainstays of Greg Maddux and Tom Glavine, the two Hall of Famers here in their mid-30s, but still bringing it, 17-11 for Maddux, 16-7 for Glavine, both over 200 innings. John Burkett with decent year, actually quite an impressive year, 12-12 for him, struck out 187 men. Kevin Millwood, you might see, and then we have the Braves bullpen, which is very interesting. We have John Smoltz, who saved 10 games, but also started in 5 and only appeared in 36. He was dealing with some issues as well. He's 34 years old. So the emergence of John Rocker came along in 2001. Rocker always brought attention, if you've seen or remember him play. Kind of a polarizing figure, and he saved 19 games and struck out 36 in only 32 innings. Some electric stuff from Rocker, even as he was prone to some wildness. And we'll see. We'll see who Bobby Cox goes with to close in the series, Smoltz or Rocker. Bremlinger, Leidenberg, some other names that helped close out games. The bullpen is pretty good. The rotation's solid. Age might be getting to this Braves team, but they're still very good and quite capable of beating almost anyone in baseball history. And let's see who fate gives them, and that is the 1991 Detroit Tigers. Another good team that won 84 games by the leadership of Sparky Anderson. Of course, after the 80s, the Tigers stayed competitive. Actually, here they finished second in the AL East. And some familiar names here, Alan Trammell and Lou Whitaker together still in the middle of the infield. Age is catching up to them. You'll see Trammell hit only 248, played in only 101 games, while Whitaker still produced a little bit better, 23 long ones, and hitting close to 280 with 94 runs. But the big bopper here in Detroit was Cecil Fielder. At 27, he played in every game and hit 44 bombs, 133 RBI. He slugged .513. Fielder, just much like his son, a big presence in the lineup for the Tigers. Mickey Tettleton, a great slugging catcher, one of the best slugging catchers I can remember. 31 bombs here, 491 slugging. He scored 85 runs. Just a very, very formidable hitter. Some other names you might recognize here, Travis Fryman, Pete Incaviglia, Lloyd Mosby. Maybe not their best years, maybe some age creeping up on some of them. Of course, Fryman's very young, but still, on any given day, this lineup can put up a lot of numbers. Tony Phillips also on the bench, hit 284 that year. for the Tigers. As far as their pitching, Bill Gullickson, a good year. He won 20 games, very impressive. 3.90 ERA. Walt Terrell went 12 and 14, his ERA a little bit higher. And Frank Tanana, 13 and 12. He pitched over 200 innings, struck out 107 men. Scott Aldred, the fourth starter there at 23 years old. Looking at the closer, Sparky went with Mike Henneman, looks like, for most of his saves, although Paul Gibson got quite a few there with 8. And, of course, Anderson, known for his innovative work of the pen. So both teams may be a little bit past their best in the eras, but still some very good teams, some experienced winning ball players, some great pitching. A lot to look forward to in the best-of-7 series. The favorites being the Braves, they'll be the ones that get the home field advantage. They'll get the first 2 games at Turner Field before we head out to Tiger Stadium. I think we're in for a good one. Both teams close in record. And again, both teams have a lot of weapons they can use here. And it'll be interesting to see if the Tiger hitting especially can get at the Braves pitching. Game 1 at Turner Field, Walt Terrell is going to face off against Greg Maddux. Maddux, great season pitcher, but had his issues when it came to some postseason series. So we'll see if he can right the ship here, and if the Braves in general can win a best-of-7 series. Should be interesting to see when the pressure is on what they can do. So let's put the talking aside. Let's head out to Turner Field for Game 1 as this series opens up. The 1991 Tigers getting ready to battle with the 2001 Braves. So out here live at Turner Field, we got Maddux on the mound against Lou Whitaker here, top of the first inning, a man on. And this ball's launched into right center. That's going to hit the wall over there, and we got a man running around third, and they're going to hold him there. So Maddux in some trouble already here, as Phillips is on third. Whitaker just doubled. We got second and third, 1 out for Cecil Fielder. And Fielder's going to bloop this one. It's going to get up there and through. A bloop single for Fielder's going to score the first run of the game. 1-0 Tigers. We'll expect a blooper from Fielder. That's exactly what you got. And we'll move now to the 4th inning. Maddux in more trouble. It's 2-0. Walt Terrell up there with the bases loaded and only 1 out. Infield is in. But Maddux bears down and strikes out Terrell. So that's the second out here. And Milt Kyler has now a chance with 2 outs to do some damage. He launches one up the middle. That's a base hit. 2 runs are going to score for the Tigers, and it is 4-0 here. Detroit pounding away at Greg Maddux pretty well. It's 5-0. Tom Glavine has actually come in here in relief. An interesting move by Bobby Cox. Mickey Tettleton at the plate. We're in the top of the 5th inning. And this one is launched deep to right, way back there, and Tettleton with the home run. So the great Braves arms are getting hammered here by the Tigers. It is now 6-0 Detroit. Here's Rob Deere with a man on, 2 outs. And Deere's going to show his power. Deep to left, nobody's moving. That ball's way out of here. Rob Deere, a 400-plus foot home run off of Glavine. The Braves aren't fooling anybody, and a nightmarish start for them is 8-1 here as we move to the 7th. Mark DeRosa with 2 men on and 1 out. DeRosa will take ball 4. So the Braves trying to make some noise here in the 7th against Mike Munoz. It's Ken Caminiti. And Caminiti lines a single to left. That's going to score a run. So the Braves make it 8-2 here with a 1 out. For Call now the hitter. For Call will strike out for the second out of the inning. Munoz gets him, and here's Andrew Jones with the bases loaded. Jones will hit this one in front of the mound. Play's going to be made there, and that threat is over. So the score, 8-2. The Braves leave the bases loaded. We'll move bottom of the 9th. For Call up there with 2 on and 2 outs. Rusty Meacham, the pitcher, and he gets for Call the strikeout. And the 1991 Detroit Tigers hammer the Braves pitchers early and often. and take this game fairly comfortably here. 8-2 the final. Well, Terrell goes 6 innings for the win. He allows only 1 earned run. Pitched very well. Mickey Tettleton with a home run. 2 runs scored. Rob Deere with a 2-run bomb. And Greg Maddox really got hammered in this one. Not the best performance. And even Tom Glavine came in this one, and he also did not perform well. You can see here, Maddox went 4 innings, allowed an ERA of 11.25, and Glavine even worse, in not even an inning of work, he got hit around and allowed 2 home runs. So not a good start here for Atlanta, but it's only 1 game, and we'll move out to game 2 right now, where Mark Leiter is going to face John Burkett in game 2 of this series from Turner Field, and it's going to be up to the Braves to turn this thing around and make it an even series before we head out to Detroit. You don't want to be down 2-0 if you're Atlanta and Bobby Cox. On the other side, the Tigers licking their chops here, ready to do some more damage. Let's head out to Turner Field and see if the Braves can turn things around in game 2. So back at Turner Field, here we are, 3rd inning of this one. Milt Kyler up there against John Burkett. No score in the game. Kyler's going to line this one up the middle for a base hit. And with 1 out, the Tigers have runners on 1st and 2nd. Tony Phillips, the hitter. Phillips will strike out. Burkett got him there. So that's the 2nd out of the inning. We're moving on to the 4th. Still no score. Brian Jordan facing Mark Leiter. Man on. Jordan's going to muscle this one the other way and beat the shift. Runner's going to move to 3rd, so no outs here in the 4th. The Braves have runners on the corners. And Javi Lopez, the hitter. Lopez goes to 3rd, play made at 2nd, relay to 1st, double play by the Tigers, and that will end the threat for the Braves. We have a pitcher's duel here today. 1-0 the score is Pete Incaviglia now at the plate against Burkett, 1 on. This is launched to center, but a play should be made there. Andrew Jones makes it look easy, and it remains 1-0. We'll go to the 6th. Tony Phillips up there as the Braves hold the 1-0 lead behind Burkett. This one's lined, however, to right for a leadoff single. Lou Whitaker now the hitter. Whitaker lines 1 to right field, and that's going to get down. Runner's going to move to 3rd and beat the throw. Yes, he does. And we have runners on the corners. Nobody out for Cecil Fielder here in the 6th. Fielder takes ball 4, and the bases are loaded. Nobody out. We're getting a big jam here. And Mickey Tettleton, the hitter. Tettleton hits it to 1st. Play made at home. They get the force there. Prevent a run from scoring. So that's a start for the Braves. Here's Fryman. Steve Reed now pitching. This one's hit to center. Lined, actually. Caught by Jones. And they're going to hold the runner. So Andrew Jones makes a good play due to his position. And just like that, 2 outs now. And the promise of the inning is all on Rob Deere's shoulders. Reed delivers. This one's hit up the middle. That will get through. Rob Deere comes through in a big way. A 2-out hit. And the Tigers will take the lead in this ball game, 2-1. Deere, a 2-run, 2-out single. We'll move to the 7th. Lou Whitaker up there with 2 on. Whitaker pops it up. This should be playable. Javi Lopez has it. You'd be amazed what a 2-run or what a 2-out hit can do for a club. Could open things up here. Let's see what Fielder does against Leidenberg, and he takes ball 4. So the base is loaded, 2 outs. It's a 2-run ball game. Kenny Leidenberg facing Tettleton. Middleton will pop this up to center, and Andrew Jones is there. 7th inning stretch here in Atlanta. It's 2-1 Tigers. Bottom of the 7th, Brian Jordan facing Paul Gibson. And Jordan will line this one to right field. That's going to be just fair. Jordan with good speed is going to hustle into second with a leadoff double. He's the tying run in this ball game here in the 7th inning. Javi Lopez, the hitter. And Lopez will hit this one to center, but drifting over there to make the play. Tyler has it. 1 out. Here's Marcus Giles. Giles hits it to short. Play's going to be made there. Fryman with the play. B.J. Shuroff, the hitter. Jordan still on second. This one hit up the middle. That's going to get through a base hit. Run around in third, and the Braves have tied the game. Another 2-out hit. This one by B.J. Shuroff, and it is 2-2 here in Atlanta. Mark DeRosa now up with 2 outs. DeRosa pops it up to center. This will be caught. So we move to the 8th inning. We got a tie ball game now. The Braves come back. Here's Incaviglia up there with 2 outs. John Smoltz, the new pitcher. And Incaviglia gets the best of him. Deep to left. Gone. Pete Incaviglia off of Johnny Smoltz will make this ball game 3-2 with a home run of 419 feet to center field. Bottom of the 8th now. Dave Martinez in the spot facing Jerry Don Gleason. And this one's hit well. That'll be caught, however. Incaviglia with the play near the stands. Andrew Jones, the hitter. Jones will hit it in front of the plate. Throw to first is in time, so we'll move to the 9th. 3-2 Tigers. Thanks to the Incaviglia home run. Steve Carsey facing Milt Kyler here in the 9th. And this one's hit for a base hit to center field. We'll move bottom of the 9th now. Chipper Jones facing Mike Henneman. It's a 1-run ball game. Let's see if Henneman can close the door and get a save. Jones will hit this one up the middle. That's a base hit for Chipper. So a good start here for the Braves as the fans try to rally him here in the 9th. Brian Jordan, the hitter. Jordan hits it down the right field line. That ball's down. Chipper Jones moving to third. Throw is going to be made to second. And runners on second and third here. Nobody out. The Braves a big chance to turn this game around. Javi Lopez at the plate. Infield is in. And Lopez goes to first. They'll hold the runners. Fielder will make the play, so Javi Lopez cannot come through. Marcus Giles now at the plate. 1 out. Giles will hit this one to second. Again, the infield comes through. Whitaker with the play. And just like that, now 2 outs. They walk Caminiti to get to Mark DeRosa. Bases loaded here against Mike Henneman. It's a 1-run game. The pitch, and DeRosa pops it up. This is going to be caught. Fielder coming in, and the Tigers escape in the 9th inning. Mike Henneman had second and third, nobody out, a 1-run game, and the defense and his pitching worked out of it for the win. Impressive by the Tigers. They've taken both games here in Atlanta to take a 2-0 series lead. Mark Leiter pitched well. Went 6 innings as John Burkett went 5 in what was an early pitcher's duel. Brian Jordan 3 for 4 with 2 doubles. And Pete Incaviglia, the difference maker with a home run in the 8th inning for the Tigers. John Smoltz takes the loss. Henneman closed the door. And the Tigers have impressed here, winning both games 1 and games 2 on the road, and now setting the stage for game 3 in Detroit Tiger Stadium. The Braves have had their issues winning these important series, and they've done it again. Falling behind early. Let's see if they can turn the series around. Oh, Dallas Perez is going to take the mound for the Braves against Frank Tanana. It's sure to be a loud, exciting atmosphere at Tiger Stadium as the Tigers looking to really put the Braves in trouble by winning this third game in a row. But let's see if Atlanta can turn the favor. Often we've seen teams struggle at home and come right back and win on the road. Let's see if it's the case here. Let's head out to Detroit for Game 3. The action here from Tiger Stadium, one of the most iconic parks in baseball history. We're in the third inning where Tony Phillips is facing old Dallas Perez with the man on first base, and this is hit Squibber to third, and the runner's gonna beat the play. It's an infield hit there for Phillips. So runners on first, second for Tettleman. Delivery. Pendleton goes to second. This play will be made at second. Relay to first will be in time. A double play by the Braves to end the threat here in the third inning. We move now to the fourth. Alan Trammell up there with 2 on and 2 out. Trammell will take ball 4 as Perez walks him. And now the base is loaded with 2 out. And Pete Incaviglia, who homered in Game 2, has a chance here to do some damage. Incaviglia will lift this one to right. That ball's going to drop. A base hit. 2 runs will score. And the home Tigers are going to take a 2-0 lead on the Incaviglia 2-run, 2-out single. Fifth inning now. Mark DeRosa at the plate against Tanana. DeRosa will line this one to right. Run around in third. Now he's going to hold up. So we got runners on the corners with 1 out here for Rafael Furcal. And Furcal will hit this one in the hole. Nice play by Trammell. Relay to first. They will make it. The Tigers, a wonderful double play. Trammell, Whitaker to fielder. And it remains 2-0 here at Tiger Stadium. We move to the 7th. Andrew Jones at the plate with nobody out. And Andrew Jones goes deep to center field. That ball's going to carry over the wall. Home run for the Braves. Andrew Jones puts the Braves on the board in another close ball game. A solo shot to make it 2-1. Here's Javi Lopez. Lopez is going to go to the same spot. Deep to left center. Gone for Lopez. A home run here in the 7th inning. Back-to-back homers for the Braves to tie this game. Tanana might be tiring. He grooved 2 of them into the zone and was burned twice. So we'll move to the 8th inning. Dan Geckler on to face Ray Sanchez here with 1 out. Sanchez gets it off the end of the bat and singles to right field. Here's Chipper Jones. Jones will line 1 to left field. That ball's going to be a hit. Nice diving effort out there, but the runners will advance, and Jones is on with a single for Brian Jordan with 1 out. This one's hit to center field. Coming on over to make the play is going to be Kyler, so there's 2 outs now. Andrew Jones in a big spot, 2-2 ball game. And Jones will go to right center. That should be playable. Kyler's there again, and the Braves fail to put anything on the board in the 8th inning. Bottom 8th, Sissel fielder at the plate against John Smoltz. And Fielder smokes a single to left field. So a 2-out hit by Fielder. And Lou Whitaker comes up with a man on. There goes the runner. Whitaker will line it to center. Fielder's going to make the turn and hit third base on the fly, and it's first and third. Smoltz in a jam here against Fryman. 2 out. And Fryman goes to third. Chipper Jones with the play, and that'll do that. The Braves get out of that jam, and we'll move now to the 9th with the game tied at 2. Javi Lopez facing Mike Henneman. This is hit up the middle, but Trammell's there to make the play. Clean play by Trammell on a hard hit baseball. Here's Marcus Giles with one out. Giles will lift this one to left field for a single, so Marcus Giles comes through with the hit. Mark DeRosa now the hitter. Inside for ball 4, so the bases are loaded here. One out. And Rafael Furcal is going to be the hitter. Bases juiced. One out. Furcal will lift this one into the gap into right field. Great catch out there. Throw to the plate's not going to be in time. So taking the lead's going to be Atlanta. They're going to go up 3-2 as we move to the bottom of the ninth. Steve Carsey on to face Rob Deere. Braves have taken the 1-run lead. Sacrifice fly by Furcal's the difference. There's a strike 3 to Deere. So Rob Deere strikes out. One out now for Trammell. Trammell will pop this up. Coming in's the first baseman. Now the play's going to be made by Furcal. So 2 outs here. Eden Cavilla, the last hope for the home side. He'll hit it up the middle. Nice play by the pitcher. He'll throw to first, and that will do it. Carsey makes the play. 3-2 Braves. They come from behind in this ball game and win it to make it a series again. The road team winning every game. Frank Tanana goes 7 strong, 4 Ks. But his team could not get him the win. Odalis Perez pitched pretty well. It's John Smoltz, however, who gets the win. Mike Henneman the loss there in the 9th. And Andrew Jones, 2 for 4 with a home run and an RBI. And it was that 9th inning where Rafael Furcal hit a line shot to right field and scored a sacrifice fly for his team. That is the difference in game number 3. So the Tigers could not take advantage of home field, just like the Braves fell in Atlanta. And we'll move now game number 4, where Jason Marquis will take the mound for Atlanta against Scott Aldred in a crucial ball game as the Braves try to even it out. And the Tigers try to become the first home team to actually break the seal here. All-important crucial game 4 coming up from Tiger Stadium. 1991 Tigers leading the Braves 2-1. So here we are, crucial game number 4. We're in the bottom of the 3rd. Lou Whitaker at the plate with the bases loaded. Nobody out. So a huge spot in this ball game. Jason Marquis delivering, and there's a shot up the middle, base hit. That's going to plate 2. On the throw, the runner takes second, and it is 2-0 Tigers. Whitaker with a 2-run single, and that'll get the home team up on the right foot, and they're not done yet. Travis Fryman here in the 3rd. He launches one deep to right field. That's got carry. That is a grand slam, fans. Tiger Stadium on their feet. Travis Fryman has made it 6-0 with a long bomb off of Marquis. A granny. 6-0 will move to the 5th as the Braves try to get back on their feet. Wes Helms at the plate. Helms will go deep to left field. He got all of that one. Tiger Stadium won't hold it. 3-run homer for Helms to bring the Braves right back into this ball game. 6-3 is our score here in the 5th inning. We'll move to the 7th. 7-3 with Mark DeRosa at the plate. John Cerruti pitching, and that is inside, and that will walk the batter and load the bases. 3 walks for Cerruti here. A big chance for the Braves as Furcal steps up with still nobody out. And he lines it up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. 1 run in. Another run going to hold. So it's 7-4. Nobody out in the 7th. Here come the Braves. Ray Sanchez, the hitter. Rudy delivers. Here's a ground ball to Trammell, who comes home, and he'll get the force. Throw to first won't be in time. But they prevent the run. They get the first out of the inning. Chipper Jones, a very dangerous man now at the plate. Base is loaded. And Jones is going to unseat this lead and head it out of the park. He responds with a grand slam of his own. What a clutch hit by Chipper Jones, a grand slam. And it is 8-7 now, Braves. They've come all the way back from their 6-0 deficit. Jones answering the Helms granny with one of his own. Falling apart completely here, the Tiger bullpen will move bottom of the 7th in this crazy game. Mike Remlinger in the pitch against Travis Fryman. 8-7 now, Braves. There's ball 4, so the Tigers looking to respond. Rob Deere has the power to do that if he can get a hold of one here. Leidenberg strikes him out. Deere's a victim of the strikeout on the fastball. And Trammell, the veteran, now coming up there, his team down 1. Leidenberg delivers. That's ball 4. So first and second. Only one out here for Incaviglia. Steve Reed, the new pitcher. Bobby Cox pulling out all the stops. This is hit to second. Play's going to be made there. The force made at second base. No throw on the plate. That sets up a 2-out situation for Milt Kyler, who has the tying run on third base. He'll loft it over to left field, however. That should be playable. It is. Chipper Jones is there. And the 8-7 Braves lead is intact as we move to the 8th. Javi Lopez facing Gleason. Lopez will go deep to center. That ball's way back there, and it is gone. Just over the leaping fence there. 460 feet for Lopez. Gleason lets up a bomb. It is now 9-7 Braves. What a home run by Javi Lopez. Here's Wes Helms, who has already hit a grand slam in this ball game. He'll come through again, lining a single to right field. Randy Sanchez now facing Cecil Fielder. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning. It's a 2-run game. And Fielder does what he does well. He hits it deep to left. This ball's going to get just over the wall. Cecil Fielder makes it a 1-run game. Fielder, with all his power, is going to at some point break through, and he doesn't here. 9-8. Mickey Telton can do the same exact thing, but he draws a walk here with 2 outs. So the Tigers will bring up the go-ahead run, and Travis Fryman. Sanchez trying to be careful, and he does well here by striking him out. He got him on the slider. Fryman's done, and the 9-8 lead remains here as Chipper Jones facing Bill Gullickson in the top of the 9th. Jones will line a long drive deep to center. That ball's going to get down. Chipper's going to hit the second. Chipper Jones with the leadoff double here to try to build some insurance for the Braves. Javi Lopez, the hitter. 2 on. Lopez is going to line a shot here. It's going to drop in there. Here comes Chipper Jones to the plate. He will beat the throw. Insurance run here for the Braves, and it's a big one. It's 10-8 now. We'll move bottom 9. Steve Carsey in there facing Rob Deere. As Atlanta looks to tie this series. This is hit to center field. Andrew Jones coming over there. He doesn't make any mistakes on these. 1 away. 2 outs now for Incaviglia. Carsey ready to close the door. This is hit down the line and right, however. Incaviglia is going to double. And the Tigers are going to build some drama here as they're going to bring up the tying run here in the bottom of the 9th with 2 outs. Milt Kyler now in a big spot facing Carsey. There's a line shot right to first base. The catch is made. Helms makes it, and the Atlanta Braves and Bobby Cox and his men have come into Detroit, completely turned the series on its head. After losing 2 at home, they now win 2 on the road. It's visitors' delight here in this series. We got a 2-2 series tie. 10-8 in a wild one in Game 4 at Tiger Stadium. Javi Lopez 2 for 3 with a long home run. Couple runs scored. Travis Fryman 4 RBIs in a big game. Chipper Jones 2 for 5, 4 RBIs, and that crucial grand slam to get his team back in the 7th inning. You can see here the late rally by the Braves. They scored 7 in the late innings after falling behind 6-0. Cabrera gets the win, Gibson the loss, Carsey another save. Javi Lopez is the MVP. And Atlanta has made a brand new series of it now. It's going to be a best of 3 as game number 5. Cleans the slate, and Greg Maddux will toe the rubber again against Walt Terrell. Maddux was ambushed in game 1. So a big chance for him to redeem himself here in a crucial game 5. Maybe it's a disadvantage to be at home so far in this series, but let's see if the Tigers can salvage one of the 3 at home before we head back east to Atlanta. So game number 5, big as they can come. 2-2 series tie. Let's head out to Tiger Stadium to get the action started. Tiger Stadium, Game 5. Chipper Jones up here in the first inning against Walt Terrell. Rafael Furcal is on first base. Terrell not taking any chances with Furcal on there. He's thrown over the first 4 times already. Maybe he doesn't want to face Jones. There's a shot deep to left, and now you see why. Chipper Jones, maybe a distraction here to the pitcher, and he goes long gone the opposite way. A long bomb, 2-0. The Braves take the lead. And now we move to the 3rd with Greg Maddux on the hill. He's got some cushion here with a 2-run lead, and Alan Trammell at the plate with nobody out. Trammell's going to hit it to second, play at second. Really the first double play. A nice play there by the Braves to help Maddux out. It's a 4-6-3. We'll move to the 4th inning. Lou Whitaker facing Maddux, who looks a lot sharper. But Whitaker hits it deep to right, and that ball's going to leave the park. Home run for Whitaker, just as I said Maddux was looking good. Whitaker has other things in mind, and it's a 2-1 game now. We'll move to the bottom of the 5th. Rob Deere at the plate, 1-run game. And Deere, I think, tied this game up. Way back there, deep to right, it is gone. Rob Deere, his first home run of the series, and this game is tied at 2. The Tigers come roaring back. We'll move to the 6th with Javi Lopez up and a man on. Grounder to short. Play made at second. Relay to first. Double play. 6-4-3 as Trammell and Whitaker work their customary magic. We'll move bottom 6th. 2-2 tie for Lou Whitaker, who's already homered. Maddux with a man on second. This one will go to first, but no play can be made there. It's going to be an error. And we got runners on the corners. 2 outs for Cecil Fielder. There is a base open. Tie game. That's Fielder will strike out. Maddux got him on a pitch way out of the zone. So this game will remain tied at 2. Maddux with a big strikeout. We're in the 8th inning now. Ray Sanchez facing Bill Gullickson. 1 out. 2-2 tie here in game 5. This is singled up the middle. Sanchez with the 1-out hit. Chipper Jones now at the plate. Jones already has a 2-run homer. Now he's going deep to center. This one, however, is going to be caught. Sounded good out the bat. Didn't get where it needed to get to, and we'll move bottom of the 8th. Eden Cavilla still facing Maddox, who's in this game. This one shot to second. Outstanding play by the second baseman, but the throw can't be made in time, so Rutter's going to be safe here on first. Ruffield for a call his best, but Cavilla's on first. Here's Milt Kyler. Kyler puts down a bunt. Lopez hustling. Throw to first is going to be in time. Maddox actually makes the play, but the sacrifice works, and Cavilla's on second. Here's Tony Phillips. 2-2 tie here. Phillips is going to untie it. Shot to the gap. Here comes a run around second, and Cavilla is going to score, and Tony Phillips gives the home team a late lead here, 3-2 on a run-scoring double. We move to the 9th now. Mike Henneman with the chance to close things down. Andrew Jones, the first batter he's going to face in the 9th. Tigers looking to take the series lead. And this is hit to left field, fairly deep, but going out there to make the catch is going to be in Cavilla for the first out. Here's Javi Lopez. Lopez hits another fly to center, but this will be playable. Tyre is there, and we now have 2 outs. Marcus Giles, the last chance for the Braves. And the Braves are going to be going back to Atlanta, down 3-2 as Henneman strikes out the final batter, and this game is over. The Detroit Tigers become the first team in this series to win at home. They win it 3-2 in a dramatic ball game. The Braves put up 2 runs in the first inning on a Jones homer, and that's all she wrote. The rest of the game, the Tigers pitching put them out to pasture, and the Tigers came back and won it. Maddox did go 8 innings, did not pitch very badly at all, struck out 9, but is saddled with the loss. Walt Terrell kept his team in it despite the rough start. Chipper Jones with the home run that just wasn't going to be enough. And Tony Phillips with a clutch double in the 8th inning off of Maddox to score in Cavilla. And the Tigers do what they have to do. They go up in the series now 3-2 as their Dramatics are going to go back to Atlanta. And game 6 on the docket, it's going to be Mark Leiter against John Burkett, and a clutch performance late by the Tigers has allowed them now to be in a position where they can maybe close out this series. The Braves are going to try to win 2 in a row, or at least first step make it game 7. So the excitement continues to build here in this series to a climax. Let's see if the Tigers can end this series. Coming live to you now from Atlanta, game 6 coming up. So, bottom of the first inning, Chipper Jones up, facing Mark Leiter. Bottom of the first inning. And Chipper Jones is going to hit this one deep to right, and that ball's going to go bye-bye. Chipper Jones with the solo home run here in the first inning. It's 1-0 Braves as they try to get the heads up in this crucial must-win game for them. Here's John Burkett, the pitcher, now up in the bottom of the 3rd inning. And Burkett goes deep to left. Do you believe that? John Burkett, a long home run to left field, helping his own cause, 414 feet. It is 2-0 now, Braves. Burkett doing it all in this one. So far hasn't allowed a hit, and now hits a home run. It is 2-0. Here's Brian Jordan with the man on. And Jordan's going to go yard. Deep to left field. That's over the wall. And the Braves doing exactly what they want to do here in game number 6. 4-0 now. We are in the 3rd inning only. Burkett now on the mound. He's allowed no hits here in the top of the 4th against Tony Phillips. And Phillips is going to respond in a big way. There's a home run. So that's the first run and hit of the afternoon for the Tigers. It is now 4-1 in this ball game. Detroit gets on the board. Bottom of the fourth, here's Mark DeRosa against Mark Leiter. DeRosa is going to go deep to left, and the home run barrage continues here. That one's way back into the seats. 5-1 now, Braves. They hit another home run. We'll move now to the ninth inning. It's 7-1 Braves. Tom Glavine in relief here as there's runners on the corners, only one out, and Mickey Middleton at the plate. Middleton will hit it to short. Play's going to be made at second. Relay to first. Yes, indeed, a double play. Glavine is the one that ends this ball game on the mound, and a double play helps him out there. 6-4-3, but even more important, the Braves have won game number 6, and they do it with the long ball and their pitching. John Burkett pitched well in 5 innings, allowing only 1 run. Struck out 5. Mark DeRosa, 1 for 4 with a home run. Tony Phillips on the losing side had a home run and an RBI. Burkett himself also went yard. And Chipper Jones and Brian Jordan also had home runs. Leiter takes the loss. 3 hits allowed by Braves pitching. And we have now a series tied at 3, fans, which means one and only one thing. It's Game 7 that's going to determine the winner in this very competitive, very well-played series. Both teams going back and forth. Detroit winning the first 2, the Braves the next 2. Then the teams have split games 5 and 6, and it all comes down to game number 7, where Frank Tanana for the visiting Tigers will take on Adalis Perez for the Braves. Series tied at 3, and everything will be decided here in Atlanta to see who will move on in this best of 7. So let's head to the dramatics. Game number 7, everything on the line. 2001 Braves and 1991 Tigers, just about as even as you can be. Let's go decide a winner in Game 7. So the tables are set. Game 7, we're in the bottom of the first inning with Chipper Jones up there against Frank Tanana. A man on, 1 out. And Jones is going to line this one deep to right center, way back there. What a start for the Braves. Chipper Jones, a 2-run home run. Leave it to the star to do it. Right in the first inning out of Tanana. A long home run to right center. So that's 2-0 now. Make it 3-0 as we move to the 4th. Here come the Tigers trying to come back against the Dallas Perez. We got 2 on for Rob Deere. Here we'll take ball 4, so a big spot here in this ball game as the Tigers have the sacks loaded. And Pete Incaviglia, who has the power up there, the infield's going to come in. 3-0's the score. And that's ball 4. So a walk will cause a run to score. Fryman off to third, Deere to second, Whitaker scores. And Adalis Perez, all kinds of trouble here. Here's the pitcher, Tanana, who's going to hit for himself. And he is walked. So Perez has completely lost it here. He walks the pitcher. It's his 5th walk. This is now a 3-2 ball game. And the base is still loaded for Milt Kyer. Kyer hits it to short. Play's going to be made at home. Relay to first. Not in time, but they get the man at the plate. So the base is still loaded, a 3-2 game for Tony Phillips. Phillips will go to third. This is going to be played at first. Nice play by Giles, so that'll end the frame, but the Tigers get 2 back. They might have wished for some more, but they'll take it. Now we move to the bottom of the 4th. Runners on the corners for Rafael Furcal. 2 outs. And Furcal, great play by the third baseman, but the ball gets away, and a run will score. Whitaker couldn't handle the throw. Coming in the score is Giles, and it is now 5-2 as we move bottom of the 6th in this Game 7. Furcal at the plate. New pitcher here. Caruti's in the game. And that one's lifted deep to left. That might have the distance. It will. Home run for Raphael for call. And it is now 6-2 as the Braves build a cushion here in Game 7 at Turner Field. Fans on their feet. We are into the 9th inning now. Mickey Tettleton at the plate. Steve Carsey in the game. 2 outs. Runners second and third. The Braves 1 out away from ending this thing, and that'll go to first. Unassisted, the play will be made. Martinez makes it, and that is it. Game 7 goes to the Atlanta Braves. They win this one 6-2. Jumping on the Tigers early and holding on to the end. Raphael for a call, 2 for 4 with a home run and 2 RBIs. Chipper Jones hit the big home run in the first inning to get the Braves on their way. Travis Fryman 1 for 3 with a run for the losing Tigers. Frank Tanana takes the loss. Leidenberg the win, as Perez did not last the needed duration here in this ball game. Carsey gets his 3rd save of the game. And that is all she wrote for the game and this series. Just looking at Perez, he only went 4 innings in this one, so could not earn the win. 4-3 our final tally. Series goes the distance. Looking at some of the numbers, Tony Phillips at 379 with a home run. Rob Deere hit 2, but only hit 190. Mickey Tettleton, a terrible series, 3 for 25. Lou Whitaker, only 4 RBIs, so some of the bats missing here, their normal production in the 7-game series, I would venture to say. Walt Terrell, a good series. He pitched 13 innings, 2.08 ERA. Frank Tanana really struggled in that Game 7, and that ERA is bloated there. So the Tigers gave it a valiant effort, but just couldn't get it done on the other side, the Braves. Chipper Jones, 393, 11 RBIs, 4 home runs in the series. Definitely the MVP and the hero here for Atlanta. Javi Lopez, 308 with a couple of home runs. And Rafael Furcal with 5 RBIs. He only hit 233, but he heated up a little bit in the end there. As for the famous Braves pitching, Greg Maddux did not have a good series. His trend continues in the postseason of struggling. 0-2 with a 5.25. John Burkett got a win with a nice performance there. Steve Carsey, a great hand in the bullpen with 3 saves. John Smoltz did okay, and Tom Glavine had his struggles. But in the end, it is the Braves and Bobby Cox who get it done. Our MVP again, none other than Chipper Jones, who definitely played a heck of a series. Looking at his numbers more closely, a 1.326 OPS, slugged .893, 4 home runs, 2 doubles, 11 RBI, got on base at a .433 clip, and as always, played good defense, although most of the series was spent in the outfield. And that's a wrap, fans. I think this was an excellent series, one of the better ones we've seen. I really hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed bringing it to you and all the excitement and stimulation that Out of the Park Baseball 20 gives us. Again, check the game out if you haven't. Well worth your time if you're a baseball fan. But for us, that's a wrap here for Series 108. We'll catch up with you next time for another matchup. Thanks for joining us again. The 2001 Atlanta Braves in a great series defeat the 1991 Detroit Tigers 4-3. And we thank you again for joining us. We'll be right back with you very soon. Bye-bye.